Hello students and welcome back to the video lecture series of software engineering. So we are in the topic testing strategies. I am your instructor Ms. Shruti Rawal. So let us study what is today's outline and what we are going to study in today's lecture. The first thing that we are going to study in today's lecture is integration testing. I hope you recall what was the last lecture. In last lecture we had studied testing strategy spiral, in which we had studied what are the different testing types. Also, one of the testing types was covered, that was unit testing. The next testing strategy, if you recall, was integration testing, and that is the topic that we are going to study in today's lecture. And in integration testing, basically there are two approaches. The first one is Big Bang approach and the second one is incremental approach. We are going to study both of them. Okay. So first of all, let us study what do you mean by integration testing. So when you have different modules to test, we actually test them individually in unit testing that we have already seen. So for example, if you have module A and module B as shown in figure, you have already individually tested it, but it is 100% possible that there is some sort of interdependency between module A and module B in a software, right? Now when there is interdependency, it means that there is some sort of data exchange. Okay, we have already tested them individually, but when you integrate them and test them, there is a possibility that there is some sort of error, right? Now you may wonder that, ma'am, we have already individually tested them, individually they are working correctly, why is this integration testing needed? The main reason why integration testing is needed is because module A and module B are being constructed. It is possible that they are being constructed by different developers. Now every developer has their own logic, right? It is possible that there is name inconsistency between the modules, or there is logic inconsistency between the modules, right? Because developers are different. So due to this reason, it is very important to do this integration testing, that is combining the module and testing them, that whether this architecture or design is working as per the expected output or not, right? So this is known as integration testing. Now what are the different techniques of integration testing? So basically integration testing is divided into two parts. The first one is Big Bang approach and the second one is incremental approach. Now incremental approach is further divided into two parts. The first one is top down approach and the second one is bottom up approach. We are going to see this in detail. So let us first shift to the Big Bang approach. Now what do you mean by Big Bang approach? So let us see this figure. Here is our system that is to be tested, right? Now we know what is integration testing. There are different modules in our software or system and we want to combine them and test them whether they are interlinkedly or integratedly working properly or not. Right. So this is a system and it is dependent on different modules. So here you can see there is one system and it is dependent on 4 different modules. So these modules are interrelated to each other. What do you mean by Big Bang approach? Big Bang approach, it means that you actually code all the modules, individually test them, and then you integrate them at the same time and test them, right? So simultaneous integration of all the modules and checking for the consistency or error is known as a Big Bang approach. It means that when can you use Big Bang approach? When all the modules construction is completed, right? So then only you can use Big Bang approach, because you are combining all the modules and then you are testing them. What is the basic disadvantage of Big Bang approach? Yes, the basic disadvantage of Big Bang approach is complexity. When you combine all these modules and integrate them or integratedly test them, there is a possibility that errors are difficult to locate. You will not get an idea that where does the error come from, because we have complexly tested all those integration, right? So this is the main disadvantage of Big Bang approach. When can you use this approach? When you have a smaller software, when you have limited number of modules which are neither heavily dependent on each other, everything is working cohesively, only some of the interdependency is there and you want to check for that interdependency, you can go for Big Bang approach. But if you have a complex system which have very high number of modules and very high coupling between them, that is higher interdependency between them, the complexity of integration testing using Big Bang approach will be higher, right? The next approach is you can say incremental approach, and in incremental approach the approach that we are going to see is top down approach, right? So this is a figure in which you can see that there is a hierarchy of dependency between the module. So let us first understand what is this hierarchy. There is a module A which is on the higher level. Okay, so all the modules which are below module A are the lower level modules. Now on whom is this module A dependent? You can see that module A is basically dependent on module C and module B. Also module B is dependent on module D and module E, and module C is dependent on module F. So this is a basic hierarchy of dependency between the module. Now when you are using top down approach, or you can say when you are using any one of the incremental strategy for testing, you are not at once coding all the modules and then integrating and then testing. Instead of this, you are using an incremental strategy in which you take a higher level module. If it is top down approach, you take a higher level module, you integrate it with the dependent module and test them. After the successful completion of that particular units, then only you go for the second increment, and in second increment you go for the next dependency, and then you integrate them and then you test them. So incremental approach is basically a divided approach in integration testing, where you don't combine all the module at once. Instead of this, you check for the consistency by combining some of the modules, right? Now if you are talking about top down approach, it is assumed that your higher level module is coded or it is completed, right? Now you can use either BFS, that is breadth first search, or DFS, that is depth first search, for using this top down approach. Now you know what do you mean by BFS and DFS, that you have already studied in data structure. But if you want to apply BFS and DFS in this particular tree structure, this is the output, right? For BFS, if I apply the breadth first search, A, B, C, D, E, F is the traversal. And if you apply the depth first search, what is the traversal? A, B, D, E, C, F, that is the traversal. In depth first search, you first go to the depth and then you backtrack. Whereas in breadth first search, you level by level traverse the tree, right? So that is the difference between BFS and DFS that you already studied. But you can apply these, that is BFS or DFS, in your top down integration approach, where you are combining or integrating only some of the modules, right? So let us combine, or let us see BFS approach, and you can try DFS at your own. So for BFS approach, we know that we have already completed module A, right? So module A was dependent on how many modules? It was dependent on two modules, module B and module C. But it is a possibility that while incremental testing in integration, there is a possibility that module B and module C are still under construction, because we know that these modules are being created by different developers. And we have already studied in unit testing what was the concept of driver and stub. Now if module B and module C are still under construction and they are lower level of modules which are being called by module A, then we can replace these both modules by dummy modules stub B and stub C, and then we can check for integration. It means now what we will do, we have module A which is dependent module B and module C, but we don't have module B and C. Instead of that, we have replaced it by stub B and stub C, and we are integratedly checking these three modules, that whether they are working properly or not, right? When they are working properly, you can replace the stubs by the actual module B and module C when they actually are created, right? So the first increment is completed, where you have tested the three modules, and these three modules are completely working perfectly after resolving all the errors that we got in first increment. Now the second increment, according to the BFS strategy, is we are taking module B, and module B was dependent on module D and module E. Now there is a possibility that module D and E are also under construction. Module B is completed. What will we do? We will replace the module D and module E by the stub versions or the dummy modules, right? So stub D and stub E are being replaced, and now in the second increment all these modules, that is module A, module B B, module C, module D and module E are integratedly tested. So this is the second increment in which we are testing 5 modules together. So after this incremental strategy of testing is completed, and after my stub D and E are actually created by the actual developers, what will we do? We will replace these modules. That is, we will replace the stub D by module D and we will replace the stub E by module E. Right. Now only one module is to be tested, and that we will test in the third increment. That module is actually module E. Right. Sorry. That should be module F. So module F is being tested, and if we don't have module F, what we will do? We will replace it by the stub version or the dummy version, and after it is completely tested in our integration testing and the module is actually coded, we will replace it by the actual module. Right. So overall, this is the fourth increment in which we have completed our integration testing. So this was top down approach, and we had actually followed BFS. Instead of BFS, you can also go for DFS, in which the first module that will be tested for integration is module A with module B and then module D, and then you will go for module A, C and F. Right. So this is how BFS and DFS differs in your top down approach. Similarly, if you want to go for bottom up approach, that is also one of the method of incremental integration strategy, in that it is assumed that the lower levels of modules are created first, and after creation of this lower level modules we want to check them integratedly, but it is possible that the higher level modules are still under construction. So instead of creating a dummy stub, because the higher level modules are being under construction, we will replace the higher level module with driver, right, and check them integratedly. That also is an incremental approach in which we will check or test the modules by increments. Okay. So this was all about integration testing. So we have studied 2 approaches. The first one was Big Bang approach and the second one is incremental approach. So this was all about today's lecture. Thank you.